Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Whims Legacy, our nicheling tribe that is dictated by the whims of fate, aka the nicheling gods in the pantheon above, aka the random generators. And we are back with Roseberry, the daughter of Laco, who I forgot to assign the mutations on last time. I am so sorry, my friends. I will remember to do that from now on. I just was in such a rush last time because if you recall, we were dealing with death on every side. Roseberry's mother, the lone wolf Laco, actually had to fend off Barina's, 2 rogue males, a bluebird, and more just to defend her daughter Roseberry long enough to survive to grow up. And it was quite the event. There was so much happening. Roseberry also became pregnant pretty early on with a wandering male that we fell in love with who had beautiful striped body and some very useful toxic fangs that have re-emerged from the depths of our family tree. And we are now preparing our tribe up to 11 members, which I'm very excited about, to move on to the icy island. I am so excited. We rolled a 3 last time when we had to pick which island to go to. We came up on this island from down here where Laco was looking for the perfect place in order to establish a territory and have a nest, and her father was with her, and her father said that they should go to the legend of the tree of life, that they should go under this tree and they should seek out their home there because the Whims had spent so much time searching for the meaning of life and the purpose of their tribe in the deep ocean that it had finally dawned on them that maybe establishing a home under the tree at the rumored trees of life, the rumors coming from the niche episodes we used to do with Mies, the chocolate chip cookie nicheling who we fell in love with, and she had an entire cookie line that all cherished the trees and the nuts way back when. But they established their home there. We're really loving it. I'm going to build up a big, healthy, beautiful family that's apparently going to be made up of a lot of friendly Barina babies. And then we are going to get ready to move on. But yes, we could have gone here. We could have gone here. That looks like a lot of death. This looks like medium death. And this looks like the wonderful frolicking land that the Whims have been spoiled on. So I'm very happy to be here, even though it has been drama and chaos since the moment we arrived. And we also have Kuta, who is our brand new member of the tribe. He is a wandering male who may end up becoming Laco II, named after her grandmother Laco's mate in the future. Since they both have toxic fangs, he does have 1 deformed paw, but that can be kind of locked away. You know what I mean? We can luck out of having to have that for any children they have, and better to invite him in case he happens to have some of the immunity genes that we are not tossing around in our tribe. Again, this is a blind genes challenge, so I cannot look at their immunity genes. We just have to take the risk of trying out different mixing and mashing of babies and seeing if we end up having healthy ones. So for now, Roseberry, if I had to give her anything, I think I would want to give her a little bit more defense. So I'm going to go ahead and give her ram horns. I have been trying to give my nichelings ram horns for so long now that it's kind of ridiculous, but I'm going to give her ram horns. And the other gene, the nicheling gods actually get to pick. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the random generator to determine what gene that we will be passing on. All right. Let's see. We're actually going to have, let's see. Hang on, I think it's gonna be black pattern. What's the number again? No! Sorry about that, guys. One day I will have it all evened out, but it's gonna be beige patterning actually, which I don't think we have ever had in our mutation menu before, so that's kind of an interesting choice. But all right, so Roseberry is currently pregnant with the friendly berry in his baby. Kuta here was just minding his own business in the swamp and accidentally ran into the friendly Barina, and he was really panicked thinking it was the end of his life. But when he realized that this tribe has a fantastic tree that they are happy to share all of the nuts with him, and they have a friendly Barina kind of watching over them, he wanted to join. And so he is being very helpful and clearing away all of the grasses around the tree to provide what services he can to the tribe. So he can also be a babysitter for Our brand new baby! Oh my goodness, hello! Isuko, who does have toxic fangs. What? That is so interesting. Roseberry must be carrying the recessive gene for that. And she is quite the talented little one. Her fertility is unfortunately a little bit low, but she happens to have the ability to crack open nuts. So I think if we look closely, yeah, you can see she has Berryina claw and she has nimble fingers. So yes, that is definitely going to make a good all-around survivor, basically, who can gather plenty of food. So I'm going to go ahead and have Kuta pop over here, and he's going to be in charge of watching over the babies for a minute. And we'll let Roseberry come over. And we'll let her pop here, and there we go. She has found the Berryina again, and we'll just let her go ahead and become pregnant with his child again, just because he's the best mate that we seem to have found in the area, so we don't want to lose track of him right away. Alright, and the children continue to grow and prosper under the tree of life. Little Isko stands over here, being watched over by Kuta, who is happily and diligently clearing all the grass away. We have little Lako, who is gathering up berries at her mother's behest, and will help out with the abundance of those nuts. Look at all those. It's not like we have to worry very much about food since we inherited so much food, but if we're getting ready to leave for the icy island, we really want to stack up on as many nuts as they can possibly carry. I have no idea where my nichelings carry all those nuts, possibly by stuffing them in their cheeks like an adorable little chipmunk, but we will have to see. All right, new baby? A boy! Huzzah! We could always use more diversity in the genders. And he has water body! That is not something I expected to get from a Berryina-born baby. And I didn't expect to get a gray nicheling with blonde hair. That's so cool. He is the first one not to be born with the toxic fangs. But talk about a twist on the family tree. That is so cool. And I think that little Kuta actually is very happy to kind of be like a stepdad to this little guy. So, all right, we'll go ahead and have Isko come over. She can help out with clearing some spots around. Kuta can go ahead. Oh, there's somebody popping up there. Kuta will be a good babysitter again. And Roseberry will go back in search of where the Berryina could have run off to, because she does want a mate as well. And Lako, I think Lako is finally old enough, Lako the second, to possibly take Kuta as a mate, which I think she would be very happy to do. I think there's something very endearing about him that, Lako finds quite delightful. He has the same kind of toxic fangs, he's very friendly and sweet, and he's trying so hard to be good with the children, and he tries so hard to crack open those nuts, but every time he chews on them, they just pop right out, and he only has one paw, and smashing his one good paw down on top of the nuts doesn't seem to do anything. So we'll go ahead and we'll let those two become mates in just a minute. All right, Roseberry, babies, you're gonna have grandbabies. That's gonna be awesome. I'll let Roseberry try to find. Don't die soon, Roseberry. There's some meat here, which is a good sign that the Berryina. Oh, hello. It was a good sign that the Berryina was close by, but now we have just run into this female named Lana. Why? You, my dear, look perfect to add to what is apparently a growing berry family tree. And let's drag you back to be a possible mate for our son Kirkir, who is really unique and will be much tinier than you because he is a water-bodied nicheling. Oh my goodness, this is turning into quite the adventure. All right, well, I'm going to have little Isko actually go ahead and wander over here to clear away some of the area. I'm going to go ahead and have Lako kind of step over here and kind of drop some hints down the way, kind of be like, "Why, hello, Kuta." And they both have really low fertility, so guess what? They both get to have high fertility. I'm going to just give it to them both immediately, because I want that fertility up for sure if we are going to end up having our nicheling tribe dip really low again. And then Kuta is going to have, give me 1 second, he is going to be assigned, let's see, black horns, which is kind of hilarious because we don't exactly have horns on our nichelings yet. And Lako the second from the nicheling gods has been told that she must pass on big nose, which makes me sad because if she got big nose, we would lose those fangs. But we're gonna go ahead and just have to leave it up to the whims of fate. And yes, all right. So they're now expecting a baby. We're gonna have Kirkir jump on down. Laka will scooch over, and I think that Kuta just cannot believe his luck. He came here thinking he was going to get eaten by a Berina, and instead he has found love and family, which is just so wonderful. And I really want Lana, that toxic-bodied nicheling, to become a member of our tribe. So I need to find out where she has gone. So let's go look for her first. She was just right over here a second ago, wandering pretty close by, and Roseberry is trying to find her mate, any mate really, to be completely honest at this point. So I don't see her. Kirkir cannot move very quickly on land, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have him start wiggling over here so he can swim up and down the river. And his sister, Isko, actually can move pretty quickly. So I'm gonna have Isko help us look for little Lana. And then meanwhile, we have Cora, who's a water-bodied nicheling. And she can eat nuts at least, thank goodness. Otherwise, she would have had no way to feed herself. But little baby Cora, born with one deformed paw and one nimble finger hand, is actually a water-bodied nicheling who is healthy, thank goodness, and capable of actually adding to the family tree. So, right, like she's an addition to the family tree who can eat from the family tree is what I was trying to say, meaning all the nuts. So let's see, we're gonna go ahead and try for another baby with these two. I'm also going to have him Kuta come down here and kind of clear that area out. We'll let Lako II have another child. As long as her mother is alive, we can have up to 11 nichelings. And all right, healthy babies, which always makes me happy. What do we have? Mikois! Oh my goodness! And look at her, this is much more what I was kind of expecting. So Mikois has Digger's Paw, she can crack things open with nimble fingers, she can get berries, she has very low fertility, unfortunately, and she also has toxic fangs. So hey, I'm not gonna complain about healthy babies though, that's always a great thing to see. And Isko is gonna come on over. I really wanna find that other nicheling. I really wanted her in our life. And Roseberry, stay alive. Stay alive as long as you can. As long as Roseberry is alive, we'll be able to... Oh, there's another nest. We'll be able to have oh so much fun by having more nichelings. I'm so worried she's gonna die and all of a sudden we're only able to have like 2 nichelings again. All right, we'll move up here and we'll go ahead and let Kuta and Lako have another baby since they are apparently having pretty healthy babies. Darn it, and they were completely infertile that time around. That's a pity. Let's see. Come on, other weird nichelings. Where'd you go? Let's find ya. Come on, nichelings. Oh, it's our friendly Berina. About time you showed up, buddy. I was worried I wouldn't have any more babies with you. Well, good to see ya. All right, and there we go. Roseberry's back in the nest, ready to have more babies. And Isko can come over here and maybe like search for her father because her mom found him. Wonderful. All right, and we are ending up with a lot of webbed hind legs. I just noticed that was not part of my plan. All right, little baby Cora, please don't die. I may have here. I'm gonna move your dad down here because I'm so nervous that you're gonna die. There we go. And your mom is now expecting more babies and eating nuts all over the place. Your dad is keeping an eye on you. And this Cora, does she have normal hind legs? I think she's a better swimmer as well. But she can help out with the nut cracking. There we go. And meanwhile, Kirkir can actually start diving into the water pretty soon. I don't want him to possibly drown though, so I'm gonna wait until he's an adult. So all right, phew, there's quite a bit going on. So we are gonna have another Berina baby with Roseberry. No way! Twins! Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. We just had twin boys with Berina ears, which means we have unlocked the Berina ears. Huzzah! And they are handsome looking twins too. We have Dukir, who happens to have a water body. He has got the ability to crack open clams and nuts, to eat berries, to attack things, and to fish. And we have got Roroduk, both of whom will be renamed at some point, I hope, because I'm pretty sure we've had so many Rorodukes. But we have got Roroduk, who does not have water body, but he does have pretty good fertility. Wow, it has been a long time since I've had twins. My goodness, I'm so excited. I think this is like, what, our third set of twins in the Whims? Normally we have a lot more twins than that. And then unfortunately, we did just have a sickly baby, Rianari. So we're gonna have to give her a little bit of space. So apparently we do share some immunity genes right over here. And we're going to need to be a little bit careful about that. Phooey. All right, and I'm still not sure who would inherit the title. Like probably Cora, of like being the heir to our family tree at this rate. Oh no, is that, you're so tiny, get away from me. No, get back. Oh my gosh. Bad nicheling. Ah, and now Isko is going to end up having a child. I think that she'd be so frustrated about that. But we'll go ahead and see what her child will be. And then we'll be actually capped out for the time. So Roseberry is watching over her babies. I think little Cora actually probably, oh yeah, Mikosis is our, little Miko is much better as our possible future heiress that we have right now. Kier, can you find any fish? Hello! Who are you? Oh, he's got the coolest stripes! The coolest stripes and big body, but he doesn't have any traits we really want. Oh, look at his eyes! He has got big giant circles drawn around his eyes. That is so cool. I think he's here fishing. I think Kier will go ahead and just like share the fish with him. Alright, well we need to give our baby a little bit of space. Kuta is a lot older than Lako actually. So I'm going to have Lako come over here. She's going to teach her baby Cora how to gather up these nuts. And then Kuta, he can't really gather nuts or anything. I'll have him come up here. Hey, back off, rogue male. You do not need to get both my females pregnant right now. Thank you very much. Back off, back off, back off, back off, back off. Back off. Die. Okay, I think that'll work out okay. And there's our rogue-born little Kier. So he maxes us out at 11 members of the tribe. We'll probably release a few members of the tribe now. I'm kind of thinking... And then we have Rari. Her father, Kuta, I think would keep nearby and kind of watch over her. I think Isko is quite adventurous. I think that she would go ahead and just like head out. To be completely honest, I think Isko, she had her baby kind of in secret. If he makes it, cool. But I feel like she's just very blunt that way. So she kind of just, you know, had this child in secret. Roro Duke, oh dear, there's so many babies. How do I keep all the babies alive? There's no birds, ironically, right this second. So we can actually have Roseberry suddenly be surrounded by her grandchild and her two youngest sons. Cora can help out with these nuts, and then her mom Lako will help out on this side. And yeah, I think Mikois might be my best bet for possibly adding to the family with a healthy heiress. So we're starting to spread out a little bit. I need to be careful. Actually, I feel like Isko would really be the best bet. Who has higher fertility? Isko does. So I think when we do lose Roseberry, I think Isko would be my next heiress. All right. Next up, is that our friendly berry again? Sure enough. Sure enough. All right. Ririna, I'm going to go ahead and release you because you're sickly. And hopefully your father's also about to pass away. Whoops. So hopefully this will give us a little bit of room. There we go. She can eat whatever she wants. I don't mind. Then we'll have the little Kier come this way. And then what next? Let's see. Well, we have a cool fish. No, get back over here. There we go. Caught a koi fish with Kier. This Crabbit has just expired for no reason. He's dead. We could eat him with Cora. So Cora will eat over here. And then I think that Duke here will be quite excited to see his father. And so will Roduke. So they'll kind of wander this way. And Roseberry can have one last baby. So I think I'm going to let her and this Berina have one last child. That's kind of why I wanted to clear some space. And I do kind of like the idea of having Isko end up as my heiress. And she could possibly... Who could she be? Who could she have children with? She is a Berina-born baby. I'm not sure who she could have children with. I'm going to have to think about that. All right, Lako will go ahead and eat this. Roseberry, why do you have to get old so quickly? The Whims, I feel like just every time they start settling into kind of this really good groove, then like our tribe has to dramatically become smaller. No, goodbye. Goodbye, my little Kuta, my little man. Oh dear. All right, and then we have Rokuvan, who is the last of our Barina-born baby boys, of which we have a lot, actually, which may or may not help us out genetically in the future. And Roseberry is frustratingly on the last day of her life. So that's going to make things pretty darn interesting, especially if I have to do a whole bunch of banishing. Here is Nunu. Well, he's got a big body and antlers. I will give him that. There's not much else to him, though. And I do still think that maybe Isco... Yeah, but McCoy's... Okay, yeah, Isco has higher fertility. Cora honestly has really good stats in a lot of ways, though. But I feel like Isco kind of has the traits that I would be looking for in our next generation. And we're going to go ahead and have little Kirkir, the rogue baby, just leave now, which is kind of cool. But I feel like Isco has kind of like a hard shell, to be honest. And then we'll have the Barina baby boys. I guess they have to kind of stick in the area for just the moment. Because if I have them leave and then Roseberry's passing away, it means that I need to banish Nishlings. I don't know. And then we're over here under the Tree of Life. So maybe the answer is to stay with the Tree of Life and Cora. Actually, I kind of feel like it is. I know that seems really wonky, but you know, Cora has the highest fertility. And I feel like even though she has a deformed paw, I'm sort of getting the vibe that we should possibly pick her and maybe pick like a Roroduk here, or maybe pick Dukir, who have these cool Virina ears. Totally not just because they have cool Virina ears either. Also, Rokuvan, please stay alive. I am so sorry. I did not mean to leave you completely on your own and abandoned like that. Whoops, that was not my intention. Yeah, it would probably be Roroduk. In fact, I feel like that's a good choice. Going with the Nishlings that have the highest fertility and just seeing where things go from there with them. Hopefully I won't have to release everybody and literally their mom, because that's always a little bit of a time consumer, but we'll have to see. All right, well, this is going to make things pretty interesting. But Roseberry, it has been amazing to be with you. Again, I feel like your life was way too brief. When our tribes are smaller like this, that is just kind of the way that we roll, though. And with your passing, we will actually need to determine how big the next tribe will be. So I think, and I have to decide this before... Yeah, I think, well, I don't have to decide it like right away before, but I think Cora, yeah, Cora is going to be the next one. I'm just feeling like the Tree of Life and the highest fertility. So Cora will lead the tribe. And who will she lead it with? Let's find out. Goodbye. Goodbye, Roseberry. All right. And the number of tribe members we're allowed is 13. Oh my goodness, I'm so relieved. All right, so we can do a little bit more exploring. I was kind of in a panic. Ah! And that's also very good because, Cora, what is happening? Just as I'm like, yeah, we'll go with Cora, look what shows up. A Barina to possibly eat Cora, who cannot even defend herself. Oh my gosh. Is that like some sort of warning from fate or something like that? I cannot believe that. All right, where we are going to say goodbye to Roseberry's generation and move on to Cora's generation. It is a little bit of a risk taking, you know, I didn't realize she had literally no attack. Taking the choice of following a Nishling who has a deformed paw, for sure. But I feel like she has a good mix of this and that genetics. She has the highest fertility as well, which I just feel like is something very important. But we'll have to see if I picked the right thing. I feel like having 13 members in the tribe is either a really lucky sign or a really unlucky sign. So we'll go ahead and keep our 13 members. And yeah, we'll pull kind of the family together maybe. And I don't know. I don't think I want Nunu in the tribe. And we'll look for some better mates. I'm kind of thinking our half brother, cousin, uncle, I think he's actually a half uncle, Roroduk, might actually be the best choice after all. So, all right, guys, we are going to move on to Cora's generation. I like that her name is Cora and that she also has water abilities. That is very cool. And we are going to try to continue to feed off of the Tree of Life and maybe just build up enough of a population we can kind of clear away the grasses and look towards leaving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we can take 10 nichelings to the icy island. So, well, we might feast off the tree of life for another generation and then move on. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.